Seoul is a city that never truly rests. The streets shine with neon colors, taxis hum through the night, and massive LED billboards flash the faces of the next global superstars. To millions of fans around the world, K-pop idols are untouchable perfect voices, perfect looks, perfect lives. But what fans never see is what happens when the music stops and the lights go dark. Behind the glamorous stages, there exists a secret world, one that only a chosen few can even sense. For the rising girl group HuntrX, life seemed like a dream. 3 young idols: Luna, the delicate and mysterious vocalist with silver hair; Arya, the fiery dancer whose confidence lit up any room; and Seri, the gentle but powerful singer whose voice could make anyone cry. Within a single year, they had gone from unknown trainees to chart-breaking idols. Their faces filled Seoul's billboards, their music videos hit hundreds of millions of views, and their fandom grew louder each day. But Luna carried a secret. Late at night, after long rehearsals, she would linger in the practice room, staring at her reflection. And sometimes, her reflection moved when she didn't. Shadows crawled along the edges of the mirror, whispering her name. Strange markings would flicker faintly on her skin, like glowing tattoos that disappeared the moment she blinked. She told no one. Not Arya, not Seri, not their managers. She convinced herself it was stress, maybe exhaustion from sleepless nights. But the truth could not be hidden forever. One night, during an intense rehearsal, the air in the studio shifted. The lights buzzed, flickered, and then went black. A low growl echoed across the floor. From the corner of the room, a creature slithered out of the shadows, its eyes glowing red, its body formed from smoke and fire. The staff screamed and ran. Luna froze. Seri stumbled back, but Arya stepped forward, heart pounding, and screamed not in fear, but in defiance. Her voice cut through the air like a blade. The creature shrieked and dissolved into ash, vanishing before their eyes. Silence followed. The girls stared at each other, shaking, breathless. That was when a man appeared at the doorway, older figure cloaked in deep blue. His presence was calm, but his eyes burned with knowledge. "I've been waiting for this," he said softly. "You 3 are not just singers. You are the chosen guardians of the Honmun, the moonlight barrier that protects our world from demons." His name was Elder Yoon, and that night, he revealed everything. Centuries ago, music wasn't just art, it was power. Pure voices carried resonance, vibrations strong enough to seal cracks in the barrier that kept the demon world at bay. Every few generations, when the cracks widened, a group of singers would rise not just as idols for people, but as protectors of humanity. Now, it was their turn. At first, they refused to believe him. It sounded insane. They were just idols, girls chasing dreams of music and fame. But the shadows that haunted Luna, the way Arya's voice had destroyed that demon, there was no denying it. From that day, their lives split in two. By day, they performed, rehearsed, filmed commercials, and smiled for fans. By night, they trained in hidden temples beneath the city, learning how to channel their voices into weapons. Arya's notes could burn like fire. Seri's harmonies could form protective shields. And Luna's voice was the strongest, but also the most dangerous. Every time she sang, the markings on her skin grew darker, as if the very thing they fought was also inside her. The pressure mounted. The girls were exhausted, torn between the demands of fame and the weight of a destiny no one could know. And then came a new rival group, the Saja Boys. On the surface, they were perfect, handsome, talented, their songs climbing the charts. But hidden beneath the glitter, their music carried something sinister. Their leader, Jin, was the son of a former guardian who had turned against the Honmun after losing his family. Consumed by grief and anger, he had chosen darkness. Now, with his cursed resonance, Jin sought to shatter the barrier entirely and unleash the demon lord Guima into the human world. The industry painted HuntrX and Saja Boys as rivals in fame. In reality, they were enemies in war. Luna grew weaker as time passed. During one live showcase, she collapsed mid-performance. Fans thought it was exhaustion. But Seri had seen the truth. The markings on Luna's arm had flared bright, glowing through her skin. Backstage, Seri confronted her. "Luna, you're changing. What if you're the key? They need to break the barrier." Luna broke into tears. "I didn't ask for this. I just wanted to sing. But what if I really am the enemy?" Arya clenched her fists. "No, we're not letting you fight this alone. Whatever happens, we face it together." The final test came at HuntrX's biggest concert, yet a world tour kickoff in Seoul, broadcast live to millions. The stadium overflowed with fans, holding glowing sticks, chanting the group's name. But as the lights dimmed and the music began, the ground cracked. Black smoke erupted from beneath the stage. Portals tore open. Demons poured into the arena. Screams echoed. Cameras fell. Fans ran in terror. But HuntrX didn't move. They stood their ground. Arya's voice ignited, waves of flame pushing back the first wave of creatures. Sari's harmonies wrapped around the audience, shielding fans from the chaos. And Luna, trembling, raised her microphone. She could feel the darkness inside her clawing to get free. For a heartbeat, she wanted to run. But then she saw them, the fans, terrified, yet still shouting her name. They believed in her, so she sang. Her voice burst like silver lightning, shaking the entire stadium. Shadows screamed as the cracks in the air began to seal. But the power was overwhelming. The markings on her arms spread across her body, threatening to consume her. Her knees buckled. Arya and Sari rushed to her side, grabbing her hands. Together, their voices merged, harmonies weaving into a single anthem. The sound was pure, golden, unstoppable. The barrier above Seoul glowed, sealing the rift. The demons dissolved into dust. But Jin appeared through the smoke, eyes blazing, his cursed resonance shaking the stadium. He charged, fury burning in every note. Luna stepped forward, her voice softening into a lullaby. "You don't have to do this, Jin," she whispered through her song. "You're not lost. You're just hurting. Come back." For a moment he froze, the curse flickered, his voice broke, and then he vanished, retreating into the shadows, leaving the battle unfinished. When the lights returned, the crowd erupted in cheers, believing it was the most spectacular performance they had ever seen. They would never know they had just witnessed a fight for their very lives. HuntrX bowed, smiles masking their exhaustion and fear. Later, as they walked out into the Seoul night, the city glowing golden beneath the moon, Luna looked at her friends. The markings on her arms hadn't disappeared, they had grown. Somewhere out there, Guima was waiting, and Jin was still lost in the dark. The world would only know HuntrX as idols. But in truth, there was something far greater. They were the voices standing between humanity and destruction. They were the K-pop Demon Hunters.